I want you to settle in, whether you're laying down or sitting up. Begin to focus on your breath. Begin to release your day, knowing that these next few minutes you're going to take for yourself and you're going to not think of anything else. That was loud. So these next few minutes are going to be for you. I'm going to allow the smoke to engulf your body. All of these beautiful smells around your aura, in your aura, around your body. And today I would like to talk about something that more and more I'm beginning to realize is kind of the most important thing in my everyday life. And that is recognizing when you are open or when you are closed. So having the ability to be able to recognize when you're in your ego and your heart is closed, or when you are open and innocent and just relaxed, and you feel your openness. And you can feel this even when you're angry. You can feel this when you're sad. You can be open when you're mad or upset or grieving. You can still remain open. And so I'd love us to go through a little meditation to help you recognize what it feels like to you when you're open and what it feels like to you when you're closed. So go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't already, and let's take 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in. Let it all go. Very good. And now with your eyes closed, go ahead and bring to your mind's eye a situation, a moment when you felt loved and relaxed at the same time. It could be when you were playing with a pet. It could be engaging with a child, or maybe not seeing a niece or a nephew or your child for a while, and the second they see you, they come running with open arms to give you the biggest hug because of their excitement. Maybe it's working on a project or a painting, and you are just in the flow of that, where you don't even recognize time anymore. You're fully engulfed in what you're working on or what you're creating. So whatever it is for you, bring that memory to your mind's eye and remember it. And as you're remembering this moment, recognize what your body feels like. Recognize what your throat feels like. What does your chest feel like? What does your solar plexus just below your chest feel like? What does your stomach and your gut feel like? What does your face feel like? Your eyes? The feeling will be different for everyone. I know for me, I feel soft, I feel relaxed. Typically my eyes feel very big and open. And my stomach feels relaxed. And a lot of times I feel a visceral warming sensation in the middle of my chest. It's easy to remain open when we're in a pleasurable circumstance. We don't have to work at it then. But when we're in a less pleasurable circumstance is when the rubber meets the road, and that's where the work comes in. And it happens every day on a daily basis. So now I'm going to ask you to bring to your mind's eye a moment where you're upset or where you're sad or grieving. Typically when you're upset or angry, and typically when it involves another person. So bring to your mind's eye maybe your last argument that you had, or something that ruffles your feathers. And as we did with the pleasurable memory, we're going to do the same with this. Begin to focus on your body as you're recollecting this memory. And how does your body feel? Specifically your middle trunk and your chakras. How do you feel in your neck and shoulders? How do you feel in your chest? Do you kind of want to start to hunch over a little bit? Tighten? How do you feel in your solar plexus and in your gut? Do you feel any knots or tension? How does your face feel? Is it a little more tense? Sometimes we tend to clench our jaw. Our eyes might get a little smaller. We might, whatever that's called, scrunch our face, our brow. Really get into this memory, really remember it, and then pay attention to how your body feels. And now I want you to see if you can, as you're in this memory, can you begin to soften? Can you begin to pull in the way you felt when you were remembering the pleasurable memory? Can you pull in the way your body felt now while you're remembering this unpleasurable memory? So begin to open up your chest. Begin to soften your face. Breathe more deeply into your chest and into your belly, into the anger, into the tension. Can you soften your ego? How important is it to be holding tightly onto any ideals, any arguments? Can we soften into the experience? And so that's just a little practice. But the real practice is being able to do it in real time. So when you're coming home from a long day's work and you see your kids have all of their stuff strung around the house, and you immediately are like, in that moment, can you take a deep breath and go from closed to open and then address them? I'm not saying let them run amok. Definitely address it, but do it from a place of openness instead of closedness. And I guarantee you, you'll get a much better response from the other person. So I challenge us throughout our days to really pay attention to when we feel closed versus when we feel open. And when we catch ourselves closed, can we physically open ourselves back up? And if we can't, then love the fact that we can at least recognize that we're closed. Don't beat ourselves up, but love the fact that we can recognize it. Cheers to the game of open and closed.